Gosh, I'm doing a great job. I'm muted. I'm talking. This is wonderful. I
was about to say.
I was like, yeah, the little thing popped up and was like, your mic's muted. I was like, oh, fantastic. Well, hello. I am one of your hosts, Sarah. We don't have music. My mic is muted. Jay Wade is not here. I'm doing this all by myself. But it's okay. I have Kristen back. Hello. Welcome back.
Hello. Jay Wade's never going to let us do this again if we can't get the technology right.
Yeah, we did a whole show together when we recapped Listen to Your Heart, and now we can't even do one episode. So, we're canceled forever. But welcome back. Like I said, it's been a long time. Welcome to Bachelor in Paradise. Excited to have you back.
It's been a whole pandemic. Thank you for having me back.
Yes, a whole pandemic. So I asked you off the live, but I wanted to ask your thoughts on, we've actually had Claire and Tayshia's season, Matt James' season, and Katie's season. So what are your quick thoughts on all their seasons?
Oh my.
And go.
Yeah, I mean, I bless ABC's heart for trying to bring the show into the next century. I think they could have tried like a teeny bit harder. All of it, whether it was an older bachelorette to a bachelor of color to, a little more progressive of a bachelorette. It's an attempt. It just wasn't entirely fleshed out or well thought of. We're getting there. You and I kind of talked, Matt James's season, I appreciate the effort for diversity. It just felt like they were, kind of grasping at something to be relevant in the moment. Same thing with Katie, like very lovable, wonderful person, but they did her dirty. Like, especially, have you seen those previews of Michelle versus Katie and the way they treated them?
Yes, I was going to bring that up. It's crazy. Her previews look amazing, by the way, but they literally look so fleshed out and a high budget and an actual what is that, theme? And Katie's was her on a white backdrop.
You couldn't even get a green screen? Come on.
Wild.
And I don't ever need to talk about Claire's season or hear from her and Dale ever again. We can just pretend that never happened.
Wow. Okay. Did you, you didn't watch older seasons, so did you know who Claire was, or?
I didn't really. I saw her little blip during the GOAT episodes in her Juan Pablo drama, but that was really all I knew about her. So I don't know if she was a villain or a hero on his season. I know we all loved her towards the end. Anytime you can kind of sass off to a toxic male is great, but other than that, I don't know.
Claire was pretty. I went back before her season and watched all Juan Pablo's, her 2 times on Paradise. I remember the first time I watched her was on Winter Games. And
she was on that. That's right.
Yeah, with Benoit and Christoph. That's the guy from Frozen. I don't know if that's his name. The German guy.
Back to me. Yes.
Yeah, the way she acted on her season was how she's acted in every season. So it wasn't really a surprise. But that's neither here and there. They're gone. Even in Paradise, they don't really mention Claire at all. It's just Tayshia's season, which I think is really funny. What are you thinking of Paradise so far? I think we're in week 3, technically.
Paradise is my Super Bowl, and that second episode when they brought back the theme song, it was like coming home.
I love the theme song. So I was singing along, and my husband's like, "This is so cheesy." I said, "Yeah, that's the point. That's the purpose."
In the words of Marie Kondo, I love mess, and Paradise gives us the mess that we need.
Yes. It really does. Who were you looking forward to coming onto the beach? And who were you not excited that was going to show up?
I'm going to answer your second question first. And,
okay.
I'm not surprised that they did it because we love drama, but I was genuinely a little bit upset that they brought Victoria to the island. Queen Victoria, Goddess Victoria, whatever you want to call her. And I say that because, in what we were talking about at the jump, I feel like ABC is kind of trying to be less problematic. So to continue to reward someone who not just caused drama, but could have genuinely hurt someone like off screen in the way that she was spreading rumors. And that level of toxicity was so beyond anything we've really ever seen in the franchise. And so to continue to reward that was really upsetting.
Yeah. I totally agree. I was kind of surprised that they brought her back because I think there was such a, not really a split. Like, there's more people that were upset by her that I just don't think, like, there was such an outcry that people just did not like her, and I was very surprised. And Anna, which I feel like Anna is going to show up. Yeah, it was just kind of one of those things, like, I don't want to see them again. Like you said, like, she was very toxic. She wasn't that bad in the episode that we got her, but, I mean, she's still, I don't know. I agree with her. And then who were you excited to see?
You know what? I really love a lot of the guys that they brought back. I mean, Ivan was like my favorite. So I'm happy to see him getting a second chance at love, or maybe not, but we'll see.
Bachelor? Please make Ivan the Bachelor.
That would be great. You know, the girls I was kind of like about. A lot of them I just don't really remember. Like Deandra, the other Victoria, Kelsey kind of made an impression. They were just they were kind of dull.
Yeah. All Peter's girls from
I would have loved to see a Kit. I think she's really entertaining. I'm still fingers crossed for Bennett.
I love Bennett. Jay was so mad at me. Like, I loved Bennett. I bought into it.
He was so entertaining. And you and I were talking offline, like, you gotta watch the first season of The Bachelor. That first Bachelor has major Bennett energy, and it's really so entertaining.
Okay, make Bennett the Bachelor. Let's just go full circle. This will be the last season.
I don't know if I can do that for 14 weeks.
No, actually, I don't want to too much. I was very excited to see Abigail. I love Abigail. I just think she is so sweet. Even though she keeps saying, like, she's annoyed that everyone just thinks she's a sweet, innocent girl. She just seems like a very nice, sweet person. Yeah. I loved her. I was excited to see. I really like Serena P.
Oh,
I was excited to see Joe, but also sad because I really like Joe and Kendall. And I kind of want to start. Let's start there with Joe and Serena.
Yeah.
And Kendall showing up, spoiler, at the end of the episode, which was wild.
Yeah. That was rough. That was rough.
Did you watch their Bachelor in Paradise season when they got together?
Yes, I did. And I've been rooting for them. And, you know, I think that him and Serena, they were cute. There wasn't really cute. A whole lot going on there. I mean, a conversation about what's your last name?
Yeah.
Really a foundation for love.
Yeah. I feel like all these couples are taking it a lot slower than normal, which I actually really like that because like I've said before, I've been rewatching a bunch of the older seasons, and I feel like the past 2 seasons, everyone has been coupled up by like the second week. And there are couples that will stay until the end, which is fine, but we watched the show for the drama. And I feel like the fact that last night, like almost every single couple, basically, except for Joe and Serena, like exploded and fell apart, and we're 3 weeks into this. I'm like, okay, that's exciting. There's new people coming. We don't know who's going to be together by the end. Yeah, I'm like, let's go. Like, the drama. But yeah, I don't feel like there are any that are like, yep, we're getting married tomorrow. Like, but I think Joe and Serena might be the closest.
I think that one's going to be tough because, you know, as they talked about, the only reason they really broke up was just where they wanted to live. You know, that love doesn't go away.
Yeah.
Like, there was nothing wrong with their relationship. So
yeah, I'm
expecting some things to go down next week because those feelings are still there, like very palpably.
Oh, clearly. You can tell.
But yeah.
Like, the way he smiled when she like walked up, I was like, oh no.
But like, of all the things that you could say to your ex the first time you interact, what?
I think I would probably say the same, so I'm not gonna. I mean, I feel like we know that he broke up with her, so she's probably still like really hurt. obviously. I think she even said she's really hurt. So it's probably, I think she meant it in like a joking way, like, hey, you, instead of saying like asshole, like, hey, butthead. But yeah, it was kind of weird. I saw a lot of people that were like, why would you say that? But she looked incredible. Like,
her body was banging.
Okay. Like, I was like, dang, girl, she definitely like worked. I mean, Kendall was gorgeous, has always been gorgeous, but I was like, she came, she's not messing around.
She can't have like that much going for her. She's too perfect. She has interesting hobbies. She's smart and like that body. Ridiculous.
Yeah. She, you know what? Make Kendall the Bachelorette someday.
I would be completely okay with that.
I love her. I've always loved her. But I really like Serena and Joe. I am excited to see where this drama leads us. Is there
they
any...
have a pretty big age difference, don't they?
She's
only like 23.
She's 23 and he's 36, I think. I think they said there was a 12-year age difference between them.
That's big.
Which is, yeah, like she's, I mean, I got married at like 22, so I can't really say anything, but my husband's like 2 years younger than me, so there's a difference, but she is still pretty young, and he's, I mean, they've kind of talked about it, like, he's older, he just has a different, his lifestyle is different than hers, like, if him and Kendall broke up because they weren't on the same page, like, how is that not a concern you have with someone that's 12 years younger than you? Like, that's a huge concern.
But I'm sure we'll find out more about that one next week, and I'm excited. I mean, selfishly, I kind of want Kendall to stay single. She lives in LA. We see her around. Our guy friend has a massive crush on her. Like, let's make it happen.
Okay. Oh, she does live. She is from LA, isn't she? Oh man, I would love to just bump into her and just be like, you're so cute. Anyway,
we'll take you to her spot when you come visit.
All right, let's go. I'm just gonna be looking for all the Bachelor people that have moved out to like LA. Like, speaking of age difference, let's jump into Kenny, Demi, Mari, Tia. Like, oh my gosh, what did you? Okay, I feel like Kenny is pretty polarizing. What were your feelings about Kenny? Kenny.
I've never been a big fan of his. He never really did anything wrong. He just kind of seemed a little bit slimy.
I agree.
You know, maybe not there for the right reasons. You know,
boy manager.
Boy band manager. Like, he's an odd dude, and I can't quite figure him out. So I'm not entirely surprised that he's out here creating like love quadrilaterals. But I can't really read.
I always forget that he's 40. Like, just the way he acts, I'm like,
especially those producers are not going to let you forget.
Yes, you're right. That's my fault. But every time, like, even when Tia was trying to explain to him, like, hey, if you sleep with someone, like, Demi's probably going to be upset. Like, girls don't really like that if you go on a date with someone else. And he was like, really? I was like, dude, you're 40 and you're just figuring this out? Like, that's... there's something a little off about Kenny.
He never really had a one-on-one during Bachelorette, right? So we don't really know much about his dating history or really anything about him.
No. Yeah, that's right. We never got a one-on-one with him. And I feel like we really still don't know anything about him, except all the girls think he's hot and he's 40. And
he's hot and he's 40.
That's it.
I mean, look, like he should have known more about relationships and women, but these, 16-year-old girls essentially, like, are the way they're acting towards him. They also need to understand a little bit more about the world. Like, Mari's coming in here with 23-year-old drama to a 40-year-old dude. Like, no, he's not going to play your games.
No. Yeah. Okay. Let's talk about that.
What did you think of that? Because
my gosh. So I understand her saying the first point that she wanted to be available to go on dates if someone asked her, because that's what this experience is all about, whatever. Mm-hmm. I understand that. It was when she got mad, literally 5 seconds later, that he was talking to Demi, And then when she said, oh, I never said that I wanted us to date, which technically she didn't say that she wanted to date other people, but that's literally what she meant. And even Kenny called her out right when they were having the first conversation, like, you can't say you're going to be with me this whole time, and then if just in case someone comes and takes you, that I have to be okay with that, but I can't say anything. And he's absolutely right. I think it was immature on her part. I think that it was just really immature. Because how are you going to tell him that you're going to go date people, but he can't date people, and then get mad? Like, and that's what the point is. You can't get mad at Demi for making out with him. Maybe it's disrespectful, but that's what you signed up for. I don't know.
That is what you signed up for. And it was the idea of, I want to go on a date. And he raised a good point with her. It's like, what happens if you hit it off on that date? What happens after? And she really didn't want to address that. She's like, I just want the chance to go on a date. Well, the whole point of going on a date is to develop chemistry with someone.
Yeah.
It's not just so you can go on a free excursion.
Yeah, exactly. So. That whole thing was really frustrating. How are you feeling about Demi?
Over it.
She is the topic of conversation.
Right. Completely over it. Like,
ridiculous. I don't know.
She's funny. Like, she started out funny, and at this point, it's just kind of grating. Like, it's over it. Like, your shtick is kind of done. And I appreciated the first couple episodes where she was really playing into that, her stirring the pot and whatever.
Yeah.
But now it's just kind of stupid.
Yeah, it's such a shock. I'm in the middle of watching season 6 when she was on, and that season is really, because I remember people were talking about recently how she's acting totally different, and she is 100% acting different. Like, she was very natural in that season, not really wearing these sexy outfits, which, you know what, that's fine. Like, if you want to wear the outfits and wear the makeup, whatever, you do you, that's fine. But it's just, you can tell it's a whole different, it's for purpose, you know what I mean? And me and Jay were saying, well, last season she already had a girlfriend, so I think that's the reason why she even said on one of the episodes, I put up a wall, I put up this funny, mean kind of persona, the bitch persona, and she's like, that's just me trying not to get hurt. And then she comes under this season, and that's what she is. She's just saying and some of it's funny, but she's saying kind of really mean things about Tia and going off about Mari and trying to sleep with everyone. And it's
she's doing too much. She's doing way too much, and it really feels like an act because, part of the criticism that this season even received was that bringing in the celebrity guest host made the whole thing just feel like more of a circus than opposed to, actually finding love and, the whole purpose of Bachelor in Paradise. So to bring her in also and tell her, dial it up to 150 with this nonsense just really, makes it even harder to take it seriously. It does just kind of feel like a joke.
Especially when we have seen her be her natural self, you know what I mean? Be
Absolutely.
calm, not be this very sexy version of herself that just doesn't feel real. It is annoying to watch. Sometimes it's funny though. I don't know. Her baking the cake, the whole cake situation was very entertaining. It was a hot mess, but it was entertaining. I mean,
who wastes dessert?
That was too far. Riley's reactions were so funny when she just throws the cake, and they were all so upset. It was crazy. This is my favorite comment.
Overly messy.
Her ego's getting checked left and right by these dudes. They really.
It's some
you can tell these
time.
guys they're not into it. Maybe Kenny, but I don't think he's really that. I don't know. It just comes off very immature, and I think a lot of these guys aren't really playing into those kind of games this season. I think a lot of them really want women that are just not doing that. I don't know. Brendan turned it down. Was nope.
These are genuinely, I think, some high quality dudes. I said that, Katie's dudes were some of the best I've ever seen on this series.
Oh,
these guys, like, actually, they're trying. They're, they want the process to work. And so she's just a distraction. And I'm glad to see that they are getting as over it as the rest of us are watching.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll see how much longer Demi's. She'll probably stay a while. I mean, production is they love her. So she is good TV. Like, she's polarizing. They're going to keep her on as long as they can. So, yeah. And then we had Tia kind of get dragged into this mess, which was I don't really like Tia. I've never really liked Tia. I did not like her when she was on Paradise last time. It took her 5 seconds to come on and talk about Colton again, which is all she did last Paradise season with her. And I was like, I can't. I don't ever want to hear of Colton again. I just don't. Like, it was weird. But I thought their date, oh gosh. Why does Bachelor keep forcing nudity, especially from the pandemic on? Like, every season there's some kind of like nude date, and I don't understand.
That was a rough one. And I don't know if maybe I just wasn't paying close enough attention, but something that seems to be a trend with some of these dates on Paradise is that, even on the normal seasons, you have maybe some sort of ridiculous activity and then you have a dinner for people to talk. I feel like we're not getting that on any of those dates. And, just playing naked volleyball with 3 other naked strangers is hardly a way to build intimacy. Like, there really was not any sort of one-on-one portion.
I think they had like a quick little picnic, it seemed like, when they were talking about.
You might be right about that. All right.
I don't remember what they were talking about. But I remember they did sit down and they were talking about something. Oh, that's when Tia was asking, like, hey, what's going on with you and Demi? If she's going to be mad, she's going to kill me. But yeah, you're right. Like, it does seem like these dates, some of them are really quick, it kind of seems like, and other ones seem like they last all day. But there really isn't like activity dinner. Or sometimes it's like just dinner and then we'll dance like afterwards.
Yeah. Like, Ivan and Jasenia had dinner, and that's when they had like that really wonderful conversation about like race within the franchise. But like a dinner with Tia and Kenny would have been a great time for us to get to know who the fuck Kenny is.
I feel like with the couples that are on the beach that get date cards, they get the like dinner sit down ones. And then I feel like people that come in get the like fun exploring kind of dates. I don't know. Speaking of weird dates, we also had the smoke show bros come in and they did, I don't know, intimacy, blowing on each other, touching each other. I don't like these kind of dates. Like, I feel like they're so uncomfortable. Like, I don't want to watch these. I don't know. That was weird. Chasen and Chris.
Yeah. I didn't really get anything out of that. Who the hell is Chris?
No one knows. Nobody knows. I just remember Chasen was annoying and I didn't like him, so I was like, okay. And then, we had Chris took Jasenia out, kind of broke apart Jasenia and Ivan, which was a shock.
That one hurt really bad.
I was like, Ivan? You're going to break up with Ivan for this guy? Like, no offense, Chris, but I mean, like, it was weird.
Like, he's a nice looking dude. I mean, rumor has it that they also have been a outside of Paradise situation.
Yes, I was going to ask you, how do you feel about literally all these people meeting each other, but pretending that they haven't met each other? I think that's what's annoying.
I would say it's unavoidable for them not to meet. I mean, that is an incestuous circle. But the pretending that they didn't is quite weird because especially, those of us that are really watching all the various seasons of Bachelor, we're also following like the meme accounts and like whatever. We know. Don't lie to us. Like, it's even better drama if you just address it.
Exactly, because with Blake from 2 years ago, when Blake's like, I met this person at Stagecoach and this person at Stagecoach, it was like, who hasn't he slept with at Stagecoach? Like, that was entertaining. Now it's kind of like, do they know each other? Am I missing something? Like, did Chris and Jasenia date before? What's going on with Piper and Brendan? Mm-hmm. Like, I'm confused. It's just, it's not entertaining because you're like, is this real? Are they here to get followers? Who's here for the right reason? Which I don't care if they are, but like, give me the drama. Like, just call it out. Like, we're all friends. We've all met each other. hang out all the time.
Give us the real tea. Like, what happened with Brendan and Piper? Although maybe we'll find out because it sounds like she's coming back too.
Oh yeah, I hope they tell us. Like, I hope it's straight up. What other? Okay, we have Thomas and Aaron and Tammy.
Look, I consider myself.
Thoughts? Go ahead.
I consider myself a very good judge of people, and the minute Tammy came on to The Bachelor, I was like, I don't like her. She's trash. She's gonna be a bitch, and she didn't do a whole lot on The Bachelor. A little bit. She's in some drama, but you know, her true colors are coming out. She is not a nice person, and no. I don't give anyone flack if you want to date multiple people, but it's just beyond disrespectful to try to date the person that person A hates. Like,
yeah,
you really have no ounce of like care for them to do that.
Yeah, so. I was a little mixed on the whole situation because I think the way that Aaron, Trey, and James all reacted and was like calling her terrible things, like I think that was kind of unnecessary because like they are all there to date, and the like Serena C like made out with Aaron, so it was kind of like, what are you talking about? Like, why are you so mad? But I also think I agree, like it's a different situation because Aaron said like, I've told her multiple times that I do not like this guy, and she's told me to trust me, and now she's making out with him and dating him, and I understand that. Like, that's, I would be really upset too. I just don't think it warranted them calling her trash bag behavior. I
agree with that, and I think Aaron also crossed a line into maybe some like slut shamey territory to be like, you're just out here like straddling him, like that's kind of gross. Like, if you don't like Aaron, don't her anymore.
Yeah, I don't like Aaron. I don't like Thomas either. I don't think Thomas is as bad as everyone has painted him to be on these shows, but also I feel like if he is a good manipulator, we're not seeing it, you know what I mean? Like, because it's hard to pick up on that kind of stuff on reality TV if people are good at manipulating or not, because that's the whole point.
He's kept a very low profile too. Like, we really haven't seen or heard from him. It's all through the mouth of Aaron.
Yeah,
like, I feel like I couldn't tell you 5 words he's spoken.
No, I feel like the energy, like I feel like if I met Thomas in person, I'd be like, oh, you don't have good energy, you're a little sketchy. But I would feel the same way about Aaron, because I'd be like, dude, shut up. Like, who Aaron has moral enemies? Like, he really does. I just can't. Every time I don't know, I was like, just go home. I can't deal with you anymore. But
the best memes have been like Aaron is like Aaron. That guy, the 4th grader on the playground that's out tattling on people for like cheating at kickball. Like, he just has that like whiny energy.
Yeah, just that very bro. Can't stand it. But we had our first Bachelorette ever appear on Bachelor in Paradise. After the fact, Bachelorette, which is kind of crazy.
Becca Krufrin.
Becca Krufrin, who is stunning. She's absolutely gorgeous. And I mean, I thought Becca was an okay Bachelorette. Like, her season was predictable and kind of boring, but I'm excited to see her on the show, and I was surprised that she picked Aaron. But I mean, I'm glad she's there. It was a weird choice.
I think it's a great addition to bring back, you know, the quote unquote failed Bachelorettes. I didn't love I didn't love the reaction to her. You know, she's very pretty, but she's like she's a Minnesota, like, pretty, whatever. Like, she's not a god. And so the way they just acted, like she, you know, walked on water, and, you know, Tejuan being like, oh, I could just never compete, I have to leave. It's like, no, you don't. Like, she's just a person. Like, she's just a person who, like,
is that the reason why she left? Is that what we think?
She needed an air conditioner, but like,
same.
Just tapped out.
I don't handle heat very well, so I get you. Like, I feel you.
Yeah, it rubbed me the wrong way of just how they were just raising her up to this like status, and just fawning over her. I really didn't like it. I think it's gonna cause a lot of problems down the road throughout the season, And I think unnecessarily so. I was like, these girls don't need to bow down to her. I think a lot of them are prettier than her, in my opinion. And, you know, she's also quite a bit older than some of these dudes. So I think a lot of them are really just not even an option. And so it was just weird. It was really weird. And I think it's great that they tried, but I don't know whether those reactions were producer driven or not, but I was not a fan.
Like, it's Becca. You have to hype her up.
Yeah.
We have to hype up Becca. That's interesting. I didn't think of that. Yeah, it's true. Every single person was like, oh my God, it's the Bachelorette. It's Becca. This has never happened. Like, it's Becca. I don't know. I feel like more people would be kind of like, oh, Becca, your relationship didn't work out. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it'd be more like, oh, why are you back? Like, your season was so long ago.
Becca doesn't have great taste in men, so it's like not really a surprise that she'd go straight for like the Aaron. He has major Garrett energy of just like overly confident asshole.
You ain't wrong. Yeah.
Sip my wine over here.
Anyway, yeah. Speaking of Tajwan just literally leaving and just walking away. I thought that too. I was like, it has to be because Becca showed up and she's like, I'm done. Like, I'm over this. Like, I don't think it was because it was specifically Becca, because I was like, does she have a beef? They weren't on the same season. No. But I think it was just the fact that, like, another gorgeous girl showing up and she doesn't have a connection. Trey left, which was interesting. My thing, I don't like it when contestants just leave, especially this early into the show. Like, no one really is a solid couple. There are literally new women coming next week. Like, this is what you sign up for. Like, you sign up for different people to come in and you never know if it's going to work out or not. Like, so that kind of bothers me, but
it didn't really make sense. And, you know, for her to leave when she has the rose too, like, girl, give out a rose and enjoy another few days of vacation. Just chill with Wells at the bar. Yeah. For all I care. Like, what in the world?
Because it's not like she's going to be sitting around being the only single person, because there's so many of them that don't have super strong connections. You know what I mean? I don't know. Yeah. It just seems, especially for Trey to walk away and be like, my person's not here. It's like, yeah, they could be here next week, but you're leaving. Like,
Could be.
Yeah, it makes no sense. And I love Tajwan. She was so entertaining.
Oh my God. Give her a Bachelorette season. She would be incredible.
Oh my gosh. Could you imagine the type of people that they would cast would just be insane? Like, just
it would be amazing. She's so entertaining. She's gorgeous.
Like, she is. She's beautiful. Like, so funny. Her freaking out. That was the other thing that everyone's really confused about her, like, being like, Tajwan can't pee. Tajwan can't poop. And then she's like eating spaghetti.
I understand.
I was like, what's happening? Like, what is this energy? I love it. Like, it's just, I love her. I'm gonna miss her. I hope she comes back. But I hope we just see her next time. I don't know. There's so many couples. Oh my gosh. We also randomly had Abigail and Noah. I don't know what that was. I'm going to be honest. Like, did they break up? Or are they still together? I'm very confused.
It seemed like they broke up. That's my conclusion from it. But I agree with you. It didn't really feel like it needed to happen. But I also never really felt like that relationship was founded on anything over, like, Noah maybe like a little bit fetishizing like her deafness. Like, he was like, that was like real creepy when, like,
I felt the same way when he was just like, yeah, she's deaf and I worked a lot with kids that were hearing impaired. And I'm just like, but what do you like about her besides that? Like, do you like her qualities?
Tantalizing.
Yeah, I thought, and then he even when they were on the date, I think she was like talking about she was talking about her dating past and how she likes to go slow and kind of talking about him. And he was like, yeah, I like that you're deaf. I like that you're hearing impaired and that you've gone through it or whatever, persevered. And has said, like, I want people not to look at me as someone who is hearing impaired. Like, I want them to see more than me. And his whole thing was always like, well, I like that part of you. Like, was the only thing he would mention.
he genuinely seemed like disappointed in their conversations when they weren't talking about her like disability. It was super awkward. So like, I don't really blame her for wanting to cut it off. I think she could do better. Like,
yeah. I'm glad I'm not the only one that also noticed that. Like, I just thought that was really
like,
weird.
I'm shipping in Abigail and Ivan, and I have said that even before Paradise. Like, I just think the two of them seem like just genuinely like good-hearted people that like seem to share some similar values. I mean, Abigail's from my hometown. Like, she grew up, you know.
Oh, okay.
I didn't know her, but I was very excited to see that on her channel. And you know, we raise them right in Beaverton, so
yeah, their conversation was a little weird, but she handled it very well. You could tell that it was just very mature from her. Like, she was sitting there, she was listening to what Noah was saying, she wasn't getting upset, and I mean, she might have, but it didn't seem like that. Like, she just seemed like she was taking in everything. Noah was kind of pissing me off, I'm not gonna lie. It was just very like, well, you're not giving me this, and I'm not getting it from your end. And it was like, she's like coming to you on how she's feeling, like trying to empathize with her. Like, it was very like red flags to me. Just very, I don't know. Like, she's trying to tell you that she doesn't feel like you guys are just friends, and you're saying, well, I don't kiss my friends, and it's like, you're not listening. Like,
You're not seeing her for anything of like who she is as a person, and you don't want to. And I don't blame a girl for wanting to move on. So, adios.
Yeah. All right. Bye, Noah. It's just very interesting. Like, all these couples that kind of started forming the second episode, where I was like, okay, I guess we're gonna be with them the whole rest of the season. Like, I'm very surprised that they just all broke up for the most part, like, or have had troubles, and that's entertaining. So
we haven't had too many stick it out. I want to say that Hannah G and Dylan last 2 seasons ago. Those were an early pairing that stuck it out, and I mean, they're precious on TikTok, so good for them.
Yeah, that was oh goodness, rewatching all that drama, I was like, I don't know how. There's always those couples that you're like, I don't know how they're together, because the start was rocky.
Yes.
So there might be a couple of this. Oh, a really cute couple is Riley and Marissa. I forgot all about that. Poor Connor.
Yeah, I love Riley and Marissa. I am about it. Like, I feel bad for all this, like, speaking of slut shaming, all the crap she received, like, after that. Like, that is a two-way street, gentlemen, and I speak
ridiculous.
Gentlemen, you know, like, not fair. They're gorgeous. His arms, my God, like.
Oh my God, like, ridiculous. Did you see the one where he like crushed the watermelon like with his arms? Like,
no,
insane. Oh my gosh, there was his opening that he had, and then there was like a cut one where he just like squishes a watermelon like with his arms. Like, it's crazy. I was like, oh, that might be a little bit too much, but I don't know. It was insane.
I mean,
I love them.
Think they're sexy. I don't love the way Marissa handled herself. I will just say that. If you have moved on, be honest. It's like, just
she should have been upfront with Connor. Me and Jay fight about Connor B. I really liked him on Katie's season. I don't like him on Paradise. He really bothered me. I just feel like he was there to play his music. He was there to be a Jed. That's kind of how I felt.
I don't know if I agree with that. I know that Lance Bass started like stirring that pot recently on his podcast.
Yes, I listened to that episode.
Like, I think it's just kind of his hobby. You know, he seems quite genuine to me.
He does.
I'm disappointed that, you know, nothing happened for him, but I also don't know if he has stamina is the right word, but like to be able to survive Paradise and drama. He's fragile.
I agree.
He's a fragile man.
I agree. I think The Bachelorette was a good fit for him. I don't think Paradise was a good fit for him. I don't think not that he doesn't have the like willingness to fight for a girl, but I don't think he has like to be able, you know, like what am I trying to say? Like the ruthfulness, like be able to like, yes, thank you. That's what I can't speak. That's what the word is. I just think he is too sweet and will get hurt and not be able to really like get in there and fight for his woman. Which there's nothing wrong with that.
We say that, but I guarantee you if they brought him back for another season, he probably would have a little bit of that ruthlessness, because as we continue to see, if you stick around on the show long enough, the hero always becomes the villain. Like we all thought that Brendan didn't have it in him to, you know, be a little bit of a piece of shit. And maybe he did. He just, you know, he was around long enough that the truth really came out.
You think he's stringing Natasha on?
A little bit. I believe that there is something happening with Piper. I mean, I'm deep in the rumor mill, so I'm not going to be careful not to put any spoilers on this. But,
okay.
You know,
I agree. I think so. I think, yeah. We'll see. I guess we'll see.
Like, just be honest, though. Just be honest. Like, the more you like lie to people, the deeper your hole you're going to dig, and you know, the crappier you seem to the people watching.
Yeah. Definitely. There's one last group of people I'd like to talk about, which is Chasen, Carl, and Deandra. Which was...
Oh, boy.
Yeah. Weird. Yeah. I don't know. Carl gave her a bracelet, a Pandora bracelet, which I thought was funny. Nora. Nope. That's my dog's name. Noah was like, oh, I gave my mom one of those back in 2000. And I was like, yeah, that's accurate. And then Chasen just gave her this like big what did you think of the necklace? I thought it was ugly.
I thought it was so ugly. So ugly.
That poor girl. Demi, that's when Demi was funny, when she was like, this poor girl has to wear this ugly ugly jewelry that no one wants. Like, yeah.
Like I was entertained by Carl, so I'm a little bit sad that his time was cut short.
Me too.
You know, he was not going to find love. No one wants Carl. Like, no. But Lord, he was entertaining. Throw him behind the bar with Wells. Like, that would be great. He's a motivational speaker for a living. Like, let him dole out some guidance.
That would be great. That would be so funny. And you have like Wells with like good advice, and then like Carl with like not great. Like, yeah, get her a bracelet, bro. Like, go get her a bracelet. She's gonna love it. Like, I think that was funny that Deandra, like, everyone was saying like she's not gonna like that. Like, that's not her like love language. And she even said like, yeah, I don't love the gifts. Like, because that is the easiest thing to try and get a rose. Like, you could just say like, yeah, I brought it for you. Like, no, you brought it for any girl that you were trying to get with. Well, like,
I genuinely think that Chasen probably would have gotten her rose had he not tried to one up in the jewelry game. And I agree. I'm certainly glad he did, and I'm glad she saved Ivan. But I think he really screwed it up for himself.
I agree. That moment was great. I did not normally. I think, yeah, I was shocked because I was like, all right, it's going to be probably Chasen, because I thought Becca was going to give her rose to Ivan. And then once Ivan got the rose, I was like, okay, Becca's going to give it to Aaron. Yep. And I was like, yeah, Deandra, send them both home. Let's get out of here. Like, get rid of the drama. Like,
yeah. I mean, so like, Chasen never really made much of an impression on me, even on Bachelorette. So I really don't know what he, like, was going to stand to do the rest of the season. Like,
yeah. I mean, now if Ed shows up, who he got in a fight with on The Bachelorette, then I would be very angry that he didn't stick around, because I want to see that happen again.
I had forgotten all about him. Please have him show up with his baby.
That's the only thing I remember, is when he's like, you're wearing your medium shirt, and just like them screaming at each other. Like, oh man. I'm surprised they didn't have them two enter together. Like, I think that would have been really funny.
That would have been incredible.
Make the enemies go on the double date together.
The thing is, like, Ed is objectively not attractive. So, like, I just don't see any of the women really being that interested. I think Ivan also is objectively not attractive. So,
Ivan?
Yeah.
Really?
No, not Ivan. No, not Ivan. I'm sorry.
I was like, Carl?
Carl.
I agree with that. I was like, Ivan, oh my gosh, I think Ivan is so cute. Like,
no, Ivan's next on my list.
Ivan's like teddy bear cute. Like, he's like the sweet, like, boy next door. I don't know.
Smart, like, oh, what a catch.
He's very smart. But yeah, I agree with Carl and Ed. Sorry, guys. Might be a little mean. But is there anything else? I think there's so much that happens on this show.
I want to know who is your biggest hope to arrive over the course of the season? Your one.
Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. I feel like oh man, you put me on the spot. I gotta think. I would love to see, I know this doesn't happen, I would love to see Blake, Horseman from Becca's season show up, because I just want them to hash it out. I mean, I don't like Blake, but I think that would be interesting. I don't know. I'm kind of tired of everyone from Bachelor Nation. I don't know. Who's yours? And then I'll try and think of one.
I mean, like I said, Bennett is certainly very high on my list.
Oh.
And I also think if they're going to bring a bachelorette, I would love to see a failed bachelor. And give me a Peter Weber, man.
Oh no! I don't ever want to see Peter again. Like,
oh, I would watch it for the TV.
Bye.
And him as a person, but that would be incredible to watch. With like all
that
of
would
these,
be
like,
incredible.
Women too. Because do we have anyone from Becca's season? I think that was strategic casting.
No, I think Becca's season is the farthest back. Oh no, well, Ari with Tia. But I've been thinking, like, how far back can they go to bring people on? Because I feel like a lot of them, like a lot of people from Ben's season are all paired up.
Mm-hmm.
Probably Nick and Rachel, but even a lot of people from Rachel's season, like.
I mean, some of the casting is kind of random. I mean, we all love Grocery Store Joe, despite being.
Oh, he's from Becca's season.
A night one reject. Marissa was a night one reject.
Yeah.
So they pull occasionally from the benches, but yeah,
I think a lot of people from Becca's season were already on right after Becca's season.
Yeah.
Maybe Kenny's married now, but I would love to see Kenny. Kenny was on Rachel's season. Sorry, but he's married, so I don't know. They're all Eric. Bring back Eric. I didn't really like Eric, but
yeah,
bring him back. I don't want to see Goose ever again. Do not bring Chris Brando back, please.
I think he's dating someone.
Oh, good.
Maybe.
I don't want to see him anymore. Anyway, is there a couple or any kind of couples from this season or people that aren't together that we think are going to end up together in the end, or that we want to be together in the end, even though we still have more people to show up?
I mean, like I said, I want Ivan to find some love. That's all I want, but only if we think she's worthy of him.
Yes,
I'm rooting for him. The other ones, I don't know. So like I said, you stay long enough, the hero becomes the villain. These people are becoming so unlikable to me.
I know.
Don't even want. I mean, I would like Joe to find someone, whether it's Serena, whether him and Kendall figure it out. He seems like a real stand-up dude.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think there's really a couple right now that I'm like, yep, I'm going to see them get engaged at the end of this or really work out at the end of this. Oh, I would like to see, she's a bit older season, but I would like to see Jen Saviano, who has been on a couple of times. I just love her. I think she's gorgeous. Bring back Chris Bukowski again. Let's go round 7. I would love to see that. I love him. Corinne. I don't think Corinne would ever. Problematic with the last time she was on. Yeah. But Corinne's good TV, so it's fine.
Oh my God. Throw her and Demi on the same island. Like, you are asking for trouble.
They do not like each other.
I'm not surprised.
They're
the same person.
Yeah, they do not. Corinne multiple times have said that she does not like Demi being compared to the new Corinne. She does not like that at all.
Is Hannah dating anyone?
Yeah, she is.
Darn it.
Would have liked to see Hannah be maybe. Tyler Cameron, where's he at?
He broke up with his girlfriend, so he's available.
Rumored to be the next Bachelor.
I'd be okay with that.
Yeah. That's okay. That'll be our last question. Who would you like to see be the next Bachelor?
He was actually quite high on my list, only because I had heard that single dad Michael had already turned it down.
Ugh.
Although,
I would have loved Michael.
Like, ugh. I mean, but
I love him.
if you can't survive 1 week until hometowns, like, he certainly can't survive 12 weeks without his kid. So it's it's kind of a done deal at that point. And as much as I love Andrew S., I also don't think that ABC is going to be in any hurry for another Black Bachelor after just how badly they fucked it up.
And he's pretty young too. I think Andrew was like 26 or 27. Yeah. And I think they want to try and go a little bit older. Maybe. I don't know.
I mean, I know the world thinks it's Greg. I hope it's not.
I hope it's not either. I'm so glad.
Both from, like, you know, just the problematic side of it. Like, you know, he left a very bad taste in 65% of the women of America's mouth. The other 35% was real quick to defend him, worry about their own relationship.
Wild.
Wild. But, like, he also is just clearly not in a headspace for that. Like, this man needs therapy and, like, real time to sort through his own life and feelings. So to project all of that onto 32 women is really unfair. I felt that way about Colton too. Like, that Colton needed help. And so then to give him a season where you're just going to spew your toxicity over people and then, like, stalk your girlfriend. Like, can we not give these men, like, more power?
Yes. Exactly. It just blows my mind that so many people just want Greg to be the Bachelor when he's just clearly not ready to be in a relate. Like, the fact that he left, like, how he left Katie, like, just kind of proves that he's not ready for a serious relationship. And now all these girls are like, I want Greg to be the Bachelor. It's like, what? Like, what are you talking about? But, I mean, me and Jay have already agreed that if he is a Bachelor, we're not recapping his season. I'm not watching the show. Like, I can't give that kind of time to that kind of person. But, I mean, I'm sure he's a nice guy. Maybe. I don't know.
I may have to sit that one out too. But I genuinely think we are onto something with the Tyler C, because part of it was he was rumored for Dancing with the Stars. And now it sounds like that's not a thing. And that was part of why people were like, oh, there's no way he's going to be the Bachelor. Like, he's supposed to be on Dancing with the Stars. But it seems like that's not the case. So maybe that was just a little, what is it, like the fake duck thing for hunting? Whatever that saying is. So I think he'd be great. Like, he's a very attractive dude. Like, he's, you know, a little more woke than maybe some of the other ones. He's really done a good job of using his platform for good. So I think he'd be great.
Yeah, I think it'd be great. I would love to see, I'd watch Tyler Cameron, or I would love to see Ivan. But probably same thing. I don't know how quick they would be to cast another.
Especially being, like, a more outspoken, like, Black man. You know, Matt James is a Black Republican. Like, his family voted for Trump. Like, middle America's gonna love him. They're not going to love, like, the Black man that actually wants to talk about real issues on TV. And ABC is certainly not in the place to support that or do it in a positive way.
I think if he would have got cast after Tayshia's season, I think maybe it would have been different. But I think the fact that Matt James' season was such an issue, I think like you've been saying, I think it definitely set back any kind of progression really in this franchise. But we'll see how they handle Michelle's season. I'm really looking forward to Michelle.
She's so cute. Like,
she is
great.
She's going to be great. I love, what did you think about, real quick, last thing, I promise. What did you think about Caitlyn and Tayshia as host for The Bachelorette? Yeah.
They were fine. They were perfectly fine.
Okay.
I don't feel like they added anything. I don't feel like they took away anything. And, you know, they weren't really getting a whole lot of screen time anyway, which I think really just proves how unnecessary both they as well as even just, like, a host in general really is.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, it's fine. If they want to bring it back, then great. Like, especially for a Bachelorette, I think it's nice to have another woman to talk to. Like, Chris Harrison could never, like, do the actual, like, counseling and just, you know, be a friend the way that they were to Katie. So I think that was great. Very curious what happens with The Bachelor. I don't know if they think it's worth bringing in some male energy for that. I don't know if Caitlyn and Tayshia could really be the best voice of reason for a dude,
a male,
to juggle, like 30 women. Like, but they're fine. They're cute. They needed better wardrobe. Like, they needed better wardrobe that whole season. Like,
whole season,
their outfits on that, like, finale. It was like they they got different memos. Completely different memos.
I like the outfits on their own, but together it was like, what's going on?
What's going on
like,
here?
What are we doing? Yeah, I agree. I really like them. I think that they probably added a lot more behind the scenes than what we really got to see, which I think was great. I would love to see that continue with maybe some older bachelors, or I know a lot of people really want Wells to kind of take over the franchise, which I don't understand why they just didn't give Wells Bachelor in Paradise. I like the host, kind of celebrity host thing. But me and Jay have talked about, like, I think who they picked is really weird, and I don't understand their choices because, like, I don't think anyone my age or younger knows who Davis Spade is, except for he's Cusco and Emperor's New Groove. I don't think people know who he is. Tammy didn't know who he was.
Clearly,
she
Tammy
did. It was just like, and Lance Bass, like, that's great. He's still super famous.
I don't think anyone on Paradise knew who Lance Bass was. All those 23.
No, I don't think so.
Like, they had no idea.
That's what I'm saying. Like, and I'm 25 and I just missed like NSYNC and Backstreet Boys. Mm-hmm. So, and I feel like my age is kind of the target demographic. So that's why I'm kind of like, who are these people for? And Lil Wayne, and then we're gonna have, I can't say, Titus Burgess. No, that's not his name.
Titus
Burgess. Not Burgess.
Right.
It is okay.
Yeah.
I don't watch Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt, but I mean that is a little bit more relevant, I think. But I just wish they picked people that were like, I don't know. I'm trying to figure out who they're trying to go for. Like Davis Spade is a weird.
Yeah. It's really super random and it's kind of distracting. And I'm glad they're not getting a ton of screen time. It's fine for the intros. I think like it's nice to have a conversation with someone coming into the island as opposed to just walking down the stairs. And if they can just leave it at that, let Wells do the rose ceremony. And
a few of them walked in without anyone down the stairs. Like after Lance left, they didn't have another host really come in that we've seen yet. So I was like, what is the point of the host? Like just have Wells like do it all. And then this might be my favorite comment. They should get Ryan Devlin, the OG host of Are You. Is he not the host anymore?
I think he still is. We've been watching some of the recent seasons, and that's a great show. We should have a recap, like little series on that one.
All right, it's done. I've been begging Jay Wade to watch the show. I like binged like season 1 through 4 or 5, and I was like, "You have to watch this show. It's trash TV. I'm obsessed with it. Like these people are crazy."
You will have me and you will have the Swaggy Blurred happily
on
that one. So.
We're doing it. Look forward to Are You the One? Oh my gosh, that would be great. That show, he won't watch it because it's on NTV and it just breaks my heart. But we will definitely have that conversation.
Like, he should watch it. I mean, the best season was the queer season. But if you watch that, you can't really go back to the normal one because that was just beyond messy.
Oh man, I will have to watch that. I mean, I've only watched up to season 4, and I think the first season is like the best season because it's just these people are wild. But anyway, not this show. Thank you so much for coming and joining me. It was great. Where can the people follow you?
You can follow me on Twitter at the handle on your screen, Kristen Rose. Mostly politics, Bachelor, and dog content. So.
Perfect. Love all the best things. And you can follow the show and go get that rose on Twitter. You can follow me also on my handle that's also on the screen. And of course, we'll be back next week. Jay Wade might be here. Maybe I won't mess up the show next week. We will see. Can't wait. Until then, see you next time. Bye-bye. Bye. I'm going to try and not mess up as I exit out of the thing. Let's go.
Just practice my Katie intro over here.
Oh, perfect with the rose and everything. I'm just going to end it. Bye!